everybody, it's Traci from Downward Dog Rising. I'm here to give you day 7 of the new year 2025 workout challenge. So I'm going to give you a Pilates yoga session where we will do a Pilates exercise to work our muscles, and then we'll go into our yoga pose for a deeper stretch. And we'll just keep switching back and forth between Pilates and yoga. And my heart's really going out to California right now and LA, so I just hope that the firefighters can get these fires contained with the Santa Ana winds picking up. And I'm just grateful to see Canada and Mexico have joined in the fight against the fires. And I'm just really hoping that with all the extra help that they can hold the fire lines back. And it's just really, it's a lot to take in. And I'm sure a lot of people are having a hard time because they're losing everything. They're losing all of their belongings. They're losing their home. They don't have uncertainty. They don't know what's going to happen to them. And just the one thing to remember is to be grateful to be alive. 24 people now have lost their lives. So throughout this whole catastrophe, people just have to really watch their family members, know where everybody is, be alert, take everything very seriously, and let's just hope that there's an end in sight to all of this with these winds and everything. We have state is getting extra help from other countries, other states, so I'm just hoping things can wind down and not keep winding up. So let's just say help is on the way, hopefully. It's hard to think about a catastrophe of that scale, and it keeps coming. So anyway, everybody there is helping one another out, and that's how Californians are. They help each other. Other people are stepping in. So I think everybody needs to pack more than just what they want for a couple days. Because if you pack your stuff and you leave behind keepsakes that matter to you, I think people should start putting things in their bags that mean a lot to them, like pictures, photo albums, keepsakes, like something that you hold dear to you, close to your heart. Put it in the trunk of your car, and that way it's ready, it's there, you don't have to think about it. And if you do get called to evacuate, at least you can keep the keepsakes close to you that are sentimental, that can never be replaced. At least you put those safely away so that if you do get evacuated, at least you have that with you. I was just thinking that because anybody could be evacuated at any moment, anywhere in LA, basically. So it's just something to think about. Okay, let's start this workout. So we're gonna go into all 4 position. We're on our hands and our knees. And then what I want you to do is a cat-cow to warm up your spine. We're gonna go chin down, tailbone down, and then you're gonna stretch head away from tailbone. So you're gonna go exhale, round your low back, chin down, spread your shoulder blades wide, and then you inhale. And then you exhale, tailbone down, chin down, and then you're gonna lengthen your spine. 3 more. Exhale, chin down, tailbone down. Inhale, create elongation as much as possible. 2 more. Exhale, and then inhale. And then 1 more. Exhale, Spread those blades, shoulder blades wide open to the sky. And then inhale, stretch your spine apart. Okay, so now that your spine is lengthening, oppositional energy, I want you to do 10 opposition arm leg raises. It's like a bird dog where you're just gonna stretch, tap, lift up, tap, lift up, stretch apart. 8, 7, and 6, 5, feel core is strong, and 4, and 3, 2 more. Last one, hold it here for 10, and 9, 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, 3, 2, come back in, switch sides, opposite arm and leg, reach apart, tap and lift, 9, and 8, core is strong, 7, really stretch that back leg far away from you, 6, and 5, and 4, 3 more, 2 more. Last one, you're gonna hold it for 10, and 9, and 8, 4 more, 3, and 2, really stretch apart. And last one, gently come back in. Okay, now you're gonna stretch your entire spine apart, so you elongate, and we do this little lateral side bend. So then you pull your hip and your shoulder, like you're looking over your shoulder, closer together on one side. So opposite side of ribs pulls apart. Inhale, elongate spine to the center. Now do that the other way. Pull your shoulder, your hip closer together on the other side. Inhale, return, stretch spine apart. Bring your shoulder and hip closer together, this side, stretch. Little lateral flexion, side bend, come back center, go the other way, get the side of your ribs to really open apart. Come back to the center, 2 more. You're gonna stretch, feel shoulder and hip come closer together. Ribs expand. Head away from tailbone, come back to the middle, and now we're gonna go the other way. Your shoulder, your hip come close together. And then return back to the center. Okay, we're gonna do one more. See how the tailbone drops when we do our cat? We're gonna go into that position as we stretch our arm and leg away from our center. And then we'll pull apart again. So what I want you to do, you're gonna stretch out, then you round, you reach under that arm, and then you pull back apart again. So you just stretch apart, and then you go exhale, and then you inhale, you lengthen, and then wrap those ribs, you exhale, and inhale, and exhale, reach under that arm, you inhale, you exhale, and 7, stretch apart, exhale, wrap those ribs, 6, careful not to lose your balance like I almost just did, 5, and 4, reach apart, and 3, stretch apart, come back, 2 more, come back, last one, and gently reach under that arm, come back center, reestablish your neutral spine, head away from tailbone, and then once again, stretch opposite arm and leg apart, really lengthen apart. Now you're gonna round that low back, reach under your arm, lengthen apart, and then you exhale. Inhale, exhale, 8. Stretch apart, and 7, scoop, round that low back, and 6, and 5, round that low back, and 4, 3 more, exhale, 2 more, exhale, last one, stretch apart, round that low back, and gently come back in. Wonderful. Okay, now I want you to go back into a little rest pose. So you're just gonna pull your heart forward and through the 2 arms, stretch your sits bones backwards towards the back of your mat, And then pull your heart through and just stay here for a few breath counts. Inhale. Let the back of those ribs really widen apart. Sides of ribs, three-dimensional breathing. So it's deep diaphragmatic breathing. Ribs expand in all directions to create length in your spine. Inhale. Exhale. Feel elongation. You breathe in, and then you breathe out. And then you inhale, you breathe in, and then you exhale, you breathe out. 2 more times, you're gonna breathe in, and then you're gonna breathe out. And 1 more time, you're gonna breathe in, and then you're gonna breathe out. Release, excellent. Slowly just walk your hands in, press up to your hands and your knees, and then I'm going to ask you to just cross your ankles, sit back over hips and heels, come back, and then I'm going to ask you to come all the way down to your mat, and then maybe you'll just reach behind your thighs, and then maybe you'll just peel down until you feel that low back spread wide open and apart on your mat. Excellent. All right. Next, what I want you to do, I'm going to ask you to do tiny head floats. So your knees are bent, your feet are flat, hips to sky. Now bring your hands behind your head and your neck. Avoid going like that, pulling your head forward and neck forward. Keep your elbows wide to the sides. Elongate top of head away from your tailbone. Now I want you to inhale. Now on your exhale, scoop your abdominal wall into the anterior of your spine. You scoop in really tight. And then you lower your head down. Head floats up. Exhale, really tighten into your center. And then lower down. And then 8 more. Really scoop in tight. And lower back down. 7. Really scoop into your center. Avoid pushing your abdominals out. Pull them in. 6. Keep your elbows wide. Keep head and neck in proper alignment. 5. And 4. Really scoop in tight. And 3. 2 more. Last one. Exhale. Gently come in. Rotate around your breastbone. Rotate to opposite knee as this elbow pushes into the floor. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, push opposite elbow to floor. Rotate around your breastbone. Come back in. Exhale, rotate. Inhale. Exhale, work those obliques. Scoop in tight, deep exhale. Scoop through your center. Inhale. Exhale, really pull those abs in. Inhale. Exhale. Rotate around your breastbone. And 5, chest is open. 4 more. Rotate around your breastbone. Twist. Hips are to sky. 3. And exhale. Exhale. 2 more. Last set. Exhale. All right. Next, knee floats up. Knee floats up. 90 degrees. Tabletop. Now we're going to go rotate by pressing one elbow into the mat. Rotate around your breastbone. Extend leg long. Inhale, center. Rotate around your breastbone. Extend leg long. Rotate back to center. And exhale. And inhale, return. And then you exhale. And then you inhale, return. You exhale. Rotate around that breastbone. Twist from the sides of your waist so your back is on the mat. Your hips face the sky. Rotate. Inhale. Exhale. Rotate. Inhale. Exhale. And 6. Work those obliques. Spine is long. Exhale. 5. Rotate. 4 more. Rotate. Crisscross. crisscross. We call this crisscross in Pilates. And 3, reach across. And 2, last set, reach across, and then gently come back in. Wonderful. All right, so from our crisscross and Pilates, we're going to do a little modified yoga twist, spinal twist for our back. And we just got really deep into those obliques along our internal, external obliques. Go like in an upside down V and a V, intersecting all the way around, squeezing tight like a corset around us. So you just worked all those muscles. So what I want you to do, go ahead and cactus, make 90-degree angles. That's a 90-degree angle. Make 90-degree angles with both of your arms. Your palms face the ceiling. And then go ahead and just cross one knee over the other. You're going to cross one leg over the other. And then what I want you to slowly do, if the right leg just crossed over the left, keep chest open, keep both of your shoulders down back on mat. Just slowly start to swivel over to the side. Maybe you'll put a yoga block under the knees just for some support. Just going over to one side. Make sure you don't rotate your shoulder. And just breathe. Feel chest open. Get this nice deep stretch along the side of your spine. Inhale, exhale. Just stay here and breathe. Chest is open. Release your spine, breathing in and breathing out. If you want a deeper stretch, maybe you'll look opposite of your knees, stretching your neck a little more. Maybe it's enough for you just to keep head straight, neutral. Do what works best for you, what feels right. And then you inhale, chest is open, exhale. Feel front of collarbones widen. Breathe into those ribs, laterally expand those ribs apart. Feel that stretch along the side of your spine. Avoid twisting your spine if you have stenosis. Avoid with herniated discs. You would do less of it, just do a small little rotation with the knee, not with the hips. Inhale, exhale. Go a little deeper if you can. If it's right for you, keep your shoulders down on mat. One more deep inhale. And gently return center. And then I'm going to ask you to recenter, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles, everything's aligned straight down. Maybe hug your knees to your chest for a second. Feel your tailbones heavy on the mat. Inhale, exhale, back, tailbones on mat. And then you bring your feet down in alignment, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles. Take that left leg, cross it over that right. And once again, let's do our arms in a cactus, palms face the ceiling, face the sky. Now you're going to slowly start to swivel over to the right, breathing in and breathing out. Keep that left shoulder against the mat. Maybe you'll look opposite of the way your knees just fell. Or maybe you'll keep head centered and neutral. It's up to you what feels right. Breathe in, breathe out. Left shoulder over here is your anchor point. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel width across chest, shoulders. And breathe in, breathe out. Abdominals connect all the way through to your spine. Feel that connection here, giving you a little bit more support for your low back if you need it. Otherwise, relax, chest open. Let's take 2 more deep inhales here. Exhale, gently release. And 1 more deep inhale. And exhale, gently release. Wonderful. We're going to turn back to the center. And then I want you to realign shoulders, hips, knees, ankles. So everything follows same alignment. And then make sure you don't put any pressure into the back of your neck. We want to make sure the weight is across our middle back, shoulder blades. And then what I want you to do here, align the middle of your knees over the second toes. I want you to lift pelvis straight up. Make sure you're not arching your low back. Really press hips to sky. And then come straight back to the mat. I'm going to have you do 4 more, just like that. Weight across, shoulder blades shelf. Feel width across chest, collarbones wide, and bring hips straight to mat. Inhale, feel spine lengthen. Exhale, scoop abdominals in, pubic bone to navel. Keep the length in the low back and lower pelvis to mat. 2 more times, wide across chest, shoulders, tailbone stretches far away, and gently lower pelvis to mat. 1 last time, bridging up neutral, press hips to sky, reach your tailbone long, and then gently lower to mat. So we're going to lift and we're going to stay in our neutral hip bridge. Next one, we're going to lift into the air, and then I'm going to have you do point, kick 5 times. Point, kick 5 times, and then you'll do it on the other side. Point and flex. Do 5 and 5. So feel how tailbone reaches away from the center. No weight in neck, weight across middle back. Exhale, scoop core in tight. Lengthen tailbone away. Point and flex. Tailbone away, scoop core tight. Point and flex. Point and flex. 2 more. Point and flex. Tailbone long. Point and flex. Bend your knee. Foot flat on mat. Stretch tailbone long. Your glutes are working. Scoop in. Now point and flex. Point and flex. Hips are stable. Point and flex. 2 more. Point and flex. Last one. Point and flex. And fold that knee in. Now inhale. Lengthen your tailbone. Chest is open. Now exhale. Lower 1 vertebra down. Inhale. Lower the next vertebra down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lower down. Each vertebra, spinal segment by segment, all the way down, all the way, until that tailbone hits. Now just hug your knees in, peel head, neck, shoulders up, and gently rock across low back, side to side, as long as that's comfortable on your spine. Inhale, exhale, release your back side to side, and gently lower head, neck, shoulders to mat. Excellent. So feel how your tailbone's heavy, your low back is firm on the mat. We're going to do a hip opener now. Reach either to your big toes. You can make your index finger, middle finger, your peace fingers, grab your big toes. Let your shin be parallel, ankle, knee is parallel, shin is straight. Either grab your big toes. I like to go into the side lateral edge of my feet, and then I kind of wrap my hands around my pinky toe side, and then I just let my knees drop open to the sides. My back is firm in the mat, so I'm not letting my tailbone float up or anything. I'm heavy in the back of the pelvis, I'm heavy in the tailbone, and then I do a happy baby, Ananda Balasana from yoga. And then you just breathe in, feel that deep crease right in the front of your hip and thigh, where that femur bone, it goes down deep into the acetabulum, that ball and socket, that hip joint. So you're just going really deep hips, hip opener stretch. You inhale, and then you exhale. It's grounding you into the earth. Deep inhale, deep exhale. We want to have our hips feel like they're releasing, because hips can get really tight. They can trap tons of emotion. They can trap fear, emotion, lots of layers that get trapped in the body cells. Breathing in. Breathing out. Feel how entire spine elongates into the mat. Top of head lengthens away from tailbone. Inhale, exhale. Just soften into the stretch, let that low back release. Feel how your femur bones, the top of those thigh bones, settle even deeper into the hip joints. Inhale, and exhale. Feel the back of the pelvis widen into the mat. The two hip bones in front narrow together to really widen the back of the pelvis into the mat. One more deep inhale. And exhale, softly release. Maybe stretch legs up into the air. Fold those knees in, release the backs of those knees. Feel those hamstrings lengthen. Fold those knees in, stretch those legs long. Fold those knees in, stretch those legs long. One more time, fold those knees in and stretch those legs long. Good. All right. We're going to extend our legs out straight, and then I think I'm going to flip over. Yeah, I'm going to flip over, and let me just bring this forward a little. All right, maybe go like this. I'm going to change my angle a tiny bit. Okay, so now we're going to come up to our hands and our knees. And then we're just going to slide down to our mat because I want to get some extension work done with you. So we're going to come all the way down. And then from here, I'm going to do a Pilates exercise. I want you to interclasp your fingers together like that. Make sure, avoid collapsing. So in order not to collapse, your shoulders draw down and back. You push down into your forearms, and then you're gonna pull your heart through, and then make sure that the hips avoid lifting up that way. Keep the hip points down. Imagine the hip points are stretching away from the front of your thigh bones, front of your femur bones. Now your tailbone is elongating straight back behind you. We want to keep that low back pulling apart so there's no compression. And then I want you to think about heel comes in, squeeze the top back of your upper thigh, those hamstrings, and then you're going to go point the toes and then squeeze that heel in one more time. Then you stretch your leg out. We're going to go heel, toes, heel, and then lower down. And you want to make sure you're not moving too much through the hips. Try to really scoop abdominals from pubic bone to navel. So then you have to zip up, and then you go heel, toe, heel, down, heel, toes, heel, down. Exhale, inhale, exhale, down, scoop from pubic bone to navel. And then heel, toes, heel, down, heel, toes, heel, down. Exhale, inhale, exhale, down, exhale, inhale, exhale, down. Exhale, inhale, exhale, down. Exhale, inhale, exhale, down. Four more. Exhale, inhale, exhale, down. Three more. Two more. One more. And down. So single leg kick from Pilates mat repertoire. Now, we're going to keep those hip bones pressed into the mat. We're going to keep our tailbone stretching far away from us. And then here, Modified, if it's too hard on shoulders, as in if you had rotator cuff surgery or you're having issues with shoulder bursitis, then I'm not going to ask you to like twist your arms behind your back and go like that because it might bug you. So maybe you would just have your arms come down by your sides like that, and then you would just do a little lift. If that was too much, you can always bring hands under chin so you don't bother your shoulders. So that's another thing you could do. And then, so say when we do double leg kick, we look over our shoulder without arching, hips down. Think of your hip bones stretching away from your thighs, tailbone long. Maybe you'd modify by just like going 1, 2, 3, back. Maybe you'd modify by going 1, 2, 3, back. Exhale, 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 inhale, back. Or else you'd be looking over your shoulder, heads on the mat, your arms reach behind your back, tailbone long, and then you go exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, lift up, and then you look the other way. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, lift your heart, and then you tailbone long, 3, and then you inhale, lift and lengthen, and then 1, 2, 3. Squeeze those hamstrings. 1, 2, 3. Really squeeze those hamstrings. Elevate your heart. Exhale, 2, 3. Elevate your heart. Remember your core scooping in from pubic bone to navel. And 4, elevate your heart. And kick, kick, kick. Inhale, rise up. 3, kick, kick, kick. Lift. 2 more. Kick and kick and kick. Elevate heart. And last set. 1 and 2, 3. Elevate your heart. And then gently take your hips, rock side to side to release your low back. Release the spine. And then gently take forehead to backs of hands. And then just nod head, no, side to side. Release your neck. And then just feel sides of neck stretch a little bit. Awesome. Come back center. Okay, next. Now we're going to go into yoga. We'll do a little Bhujangasana, low cobra, also sphinx. Sphinx, I said it right, sphinx. So then basically open your heart, pull through, and stay here and breathe. Feel your abdominals stretch apart. Think of a hammock. Your abdominals have layers and layers of layers. And just think of like a support system through layers. The pelvic floor is like a hammock hanging. If you pull in, it's like supporting your internal organs. Both men and women have pelvic floors because you have viscera, you have all those organs. Stomach and spleen and liver. Open your heart. Chest is open. Okay, now maybe you want to go deeper and do a little seal. Seal in yoga is way different than seal in Pilates. So our seal here in yoga, you're going to just extend without compressing the low back, without compressing your shoulders up into the ears. You point your elbows down, and you're just trying to create a little bit more space in your back. And then after working the core, it's nice to stretch your abs out, and it's nice to also get your back to stretch. Because we did back strengthening work today too. You breathe in, and then you breathe out. Point those elbows down, you're working those triceps, your blades are anchoring down the back into your bigger lat muscles in your back. Tailbone long. Think of those hip points. They're still down on the mat. I'm not taking you too low into your spine. So the hip bones will be on the mat. I'm not lifting your pelvis up off the mat today. Breathing in, breathing out. Tilt chin a little bit down. Stretch the back of the neck long. So your chin comes slightly forward. Inhale and exhale. And inhale. And exhale. 3 more deep inhales. Really create some space for your spine. Exhale. 2 more, breathing in. Exhale, and last time, breathing in. And softly, gently exhale. Wonderful. And we're just going to lower our chin down, our head down, rock side to side, across your forehead, release the sides of your neck. And now we're going to come and counter in a rest pose, Balasana. So now I just want you to gently take hands under the shoulders. Maybe do a couple little shoulder rolls. Release those shoulders, up, down, back, out of your ears. Now, your arm bones pull back towards sides of body. And then you just inhale, and then you're going to exhale. You're going to press, hug elbows in tight. And now just press all the way up. Now we're going to sit back in our Balasana, our rest pose. And we're just going to enjoy this rest pose because it's going to help us release our spine from doing all the extension we just did. Pull the heart through the arms, sit back, hips over heels, and enjoy the stretch. Feel ribs expand. Feel back of ribs expand. That tailbone lengthens down, back, away from you. Oppositional lengthening energy in your spine. Pull apart